Hey guys, welcome back to Senegalese Twisted. I am back again with another review of Maîtresse and I, and today I'm going to review episode 13 because I just watched it and I needed to make this video. So we left off in episode 12 where Biram and Tairu saw each other at the get-together at Tairu and Dalanda's house, and that's where we left off. So I'm just going to jump right in and continue because that's where we start episode 13 with. So episode 13 starts with Tairu and Biram actually talking in a corner in the living room. And at first you're like, so what actually happened? Because there's no smooth transition. It's just them secluded from the group and talking to each other. So they are actually pretending that they've known each other for a very long time, but they lost touch. That's why Dalanda's not even suspicious of anything. She's like, oh, it's so good that you guys found each other as well. It's such a coincidence. And like in private, Biram and Tairu are actually negotiating because Biram is trying to blackmail him, saying that, you know, if he makes one wrong move, he's gonna tell Dalanda everything. And of course Tairu is trying to get Biram in check and make sure that he doesn't say anything. And he's actually I think he's not scared, but of course he could expect it from someone like Biram. And Biram is actually telling him that make sure that from now on you do everything in your power to make Jalika hate you and not want to be with you, because I want to get her back. I need a second chance. And even 2 times when Tairu was not helping him, he actually called Dalanda over, and just to show Tairu that he is the boss and that he knows something that Dalanda doesn't, and something that Tairu does not even want Dalanda to know. The next scene is the detective in question that actually came to visit Jalika's mom, and also the detective where Biram and Cher came to ask more information about their missing uncle. And he's actually in the car, and then a woman comes out and she's like, hey, you forgot this. But the scene was a bit weird because we don't know anything else about these people except that he is the detective. So apparently the woman is actually blackmailing him because she did not approve something that he was requesting, and it had to do with the case of Mistress, and she did not approve of it. And he's actually done with her. He's like, just tell me what it is that you want, because even the folder that she's telling him that he forgot or that he needs it, she did not want to give it to him. She was like, well, I cannot even give this to you. So he asked her like, what the hell do you want? And she's like, I want you to take me out to dinner. And I was like, girl, why would you want to go out to dinner with someone who doesn't want you? And I mean this in a regular sense. Like, why should she blackmail him with work stuff? Because now she is actually keeping him from finding out what happened to Mr. Sanya, and he might as well be a killer himself. He might be killed, and she's keeping that, you know, from being solved just because she wants to go out on a date. Like, I mean, that does not make any sense to me. But eventually the detective is like, well, okay, I'll take you out to dinner. Just give me the file. Just tell me what's in it. And she was even, you know, like, well, I hope you're not going to ghost me or cross me. And I was like, girl, set your priorities straight. So then she just told him that, you know what, there's no need for you to open it. Just know that Rakiso is the last person that was called by Mr. Sanya, and just make sure you make the appointment, or you reserve a table at the restaurant, and I'll meet you there or something. And I was like, okay, I mean, the hard ones, what the hard ones, I guess. The next scene is Raki and Mustafa lovey-dovey, and it's really good to see them that way, especially with what happened in the last episode where Julia was trying to mingle in there. And actually Raki is telling Mustafa how proud she is of him, and that they actually went through a lot of ish together, but that, you know, she sees how hard he's working and how great his music is, because the background is actually his real music. And oh my god, I really love that. And she's just complimenting him about his work and him as a husband. And of course Mustafa would not be Mustafa if he did not return the kind words. And he was actually telling her that, you know, I knew you had it in you to become the head of this company, and you have been so amazing. So at the end, Mustafa's actually teasing her and telling him, do you know this story from long time? And what they said in it, there's something missing. And he was just pointing out that, you know, they need kids, and that they need to make a whole house of kids. And that was really cute. And in the end, his music started playing again, and Raki started dancing. So that was really cute. The next scene is Biram meeting up with Dalanda. And Biram actually starts saying that, you know what, I had to find something cozy, something that's a bit secluded. And Dalanda, she thought something else, because she was like, Biram, I told you I'm a married woman and I do not, you know, I don't cheat. That's not my sort of thing. And he's like, it's not his sort of thing either. I mean, he's actually, you know, saying that he is a lot of things, but he's not a cheater. And then he starts to talk about his wife and how she is, that he does not want to lose her, and that she had cancer. And actually he's just hinting that she is a patient of your husband. And when he says Jalika, her name, she starts to get the flashbacks from his phone, and Tairu actually picking up and saying, hey Jali, are you okay? And Jalika, Jalika, Jalika. And so she connects the dots herself. Like, he did not say that, you know, your husband is seeing someone and it's my wife, ex-wife, but he just made it clear. And then when he said her name, Jalika, then everything clicked in her head. So the first thing that Dalanda does is, of course, denying everything. And she's like, no, Tairu, he knows what he's doing. He's very professional, and he would never fall in love with his patient. And I think that this is exactly what happened in the last episode, where Mummy and Mahem tried to tell Jalika to, you know, be careful and try to find out more about him, because it is not 100%. And Jalika was also in denial. So Dalanda has the same thing, because she cannot accept the fact that Tairu would ever cheat on her or have a piece on the side. And like the other scene in the other episode with Jalika, Mahem, and Mummy, Viram was actually telling Dalanda to, you know, try to hack his phone or clone it so we can keep tabs on it, because he is actually ready. He said that I'm ready for a war, so make sure you're ready too. And that was that, because she was like, you know what, I don't have time for this. She stood up and she left. And then it was Biram alone with his peanuts. And in the next scene, it was the two doctors, the one that tended to Cher's mom and Tyru, that are looking to buy a house, but actually it's just an ad for Seneginja, where Cher is working for, but it's an actual company. So if you want to buy a house in Senegal, Seneginja.sn. This is not sponsored, but just so you know that it's actually a real company. And they want to buy a house, and then Cher comes in and talks to the doctor that he knows and telling him how he appreciated him talking to his mom and actually getting her out of the hunger strike. And the doctor is actually telling him that, you know what, moms are just moms. Whenever it's about their daughters-in-law, it's always some drama, and you know how they are. So Cher was actually telling him that, you know what, I'll make sure that you guys get the tour in the housing complex or something, real estate that they want to buy or are interested in, that he's gonna give it to them personally. The doctor already introduced him to Tyru, and they talked about some housing things and how the city of Diamniadio has a lot of these facilities, but it was just an ad. The next scene is Amsa visiting one of her uncles, and it's so funny because she's basically asking him to help her with marié, because she's telling him that, you know, do you remember my friend Marem, the one I'm so close to? She's actually just divorced, but you know what pains me is the fact that it was not a divorce because the husband wanted the divorce. It was because of his mom. And then she starts telling him, her uncle, that this mom is actually the reason that her other son, Biram, also got a divorce. So I think her uncle was like, oh, so we got a mother-in-law that just, you know, starts messing with her daughters-in-law and actually being the reason of the divorces of her son. And I think that he did not agree with that at all. So he wanted to help her. And Amsa's actually they actually negotiate about how much money he will get in advance. And he was like, no, I want it all because I need to buy my transport and everything. But eventually they settled on half now and half when it's done. But so Amsa wants her uncle to actually go into Merjane's life, and I think as a potential partner, and then influence her mind. So not something scary, but more giving her advice on what to do about how she reacts or how she meddles in the life of her sons. The next scene is Biram eating at the same restaurant, I believe, that he met up with Dalanda. And Tyru comes, and Tyru is just pissed off because he feels like Biram is holding something over his head, but he's not. He's all talk, but he doesn't do anything. So he's like, what do you want? What do you want? Why am I here? And of course, Biram starts talking, and they start talking about Jalika. And the thing is that Tyru does not want to leave Jalika. He's telling Biram that, you know what, it doesn't matter what will happen between me and Jalika. The only thing that's for sure is that Jalika is not coming back to you. So just let her go. Like, believe in God. Do something. Have faith. Because she's a big woman. She has the right to restart her life with someone else. She has the right to do whatever the hell it is that she wants. And of course, this is a trigger for Biram because he gets so mad. And he's actually replying to Tairu that, you know what, so what are you going to do? Are you going to marry her? I know you signed monogamy, so you don't even have the right to a second, third, fourth wife. And he's even bringing up Takasuf, and that is the marriage that Raki's mom had with Biram and Cher's father, which is a marriage, but it's not official. It's all, you know, in the dark. And he's just telling Tairu that, you know what, you don't even have anything to offer Jalika. And even though I am a deadbeat person or a deadbeat dad, a wrong man for Jalika, at least everyone knows it and I am taking responsibility for it. So in a sense, I am better than you are because you have nothing to offer her. So Tairu is actually telling Biram then again that, you know what, no matter what happens, I am not going to leave Jalika alone. So whatever it is that you have, just play it out, do something with it, because I'm not gonna leave her. So Biram starts asking Tairu like, Tairu, do you know how to run fast? And Tairu's like, what the hell are you talking about? And then he starts throwing the drink, the food, everything, and screaming that he's going to kill Tairu. But of course he makes a fool out of himself, and we know how that goes. In the next scene, you see that Biram is coming home, Cher is sitting there, and Merjang is also sitting there. Also, a little note, we could see in this episode that Merjang is eating well, drinking well, so the hunger strike is over, so thank you. And in this scene, it's Merjang that is talking because she has a lot to say, and she's telling Biram that, you know what, you need to know what you want because you made a fool of yourself in a restaurant, screaming and throwing plates and glasses everywhere, all this for a woman. But the thing is with Merjang is that she's minimalizing Jalika to one breast because she had the breast removal surgery because she had the cancer in her breast and she removed it. And as a result, Merjang is minimalizing her and just saying that, is this all worth it for one breast? Meaning Jalika. And well, Biram actually defended Jalika and told his mom to never say that again. And Merjang, she was not finished because she was like, huh, it's me that's talking now, so shut up. And she continues to tell him that, you know, you have so many other cousins and there are so many other girls with two breasts that, you know, can give you whatever it is that you want. What is it about Jalika? And he's actually telling his own mom that he knows why he wants Jalika, but I think it was more vulgar, but I don't know because I'm not familiar with the term. But anyways, his mom actually slapped him, and I think he left then because Cher was the one that was still sitting there, and his mom actually turned to him. And she was actually blaming him, that it was his fault, and that Cher was the root of Biram's behavior. Which we all know that was not true. Oh, by the way, Biram actually begged his brother to help him get Jalika back. And it's really funny because a few episodes ago, he was at war with his brother just because of Marem. And now he has the audacity to ask his help. He did not help his own brother with anything concerning Marem. But Merjang was like, hey, if you help him, you're gonna lose me. And she was not happy with it. In the next scene, you see that Dalanda is talking to one of her colleagues, and okay, so this scene was actually really good, and Dalanda is actually proposing a hypothetical question or situation. She's like talking about how she's actually asking that, you know what, if you have a gut feeling, should you investigate, or should you have faith and trust the situation just until the end? And her colleague is actually like, well, what is like, what are the, like, how does each option weigh? Like, is it worth it to investigate and then not finding something? Would you feel guilty about that, or will you keep on looking for something just until you find it? And if you don't investigate and trust, will you be able to, you know, settle that, you know, that choice? And she's like actually still in dubio, and then she is like, you know what, I'm going. And then the girl is like, he's cheating on you. And she continues herself, and she's like, oh, you never had a reason to believe that he's cheated on you, but seeing how you are not so sure and certain about this whole thing, I suppose that you have found something that makes you believe that he's cheating on you. And I thought that was really beautiful, because she just understood and she brought it so well. And so Dalanda is like, I thought you didn't like him. And she was like, it's not that I don't like him, it's just that I don't like men that were built by women. And she's just meaning that Dalanda is the reason why it's not focus? Okay. And that Dalanda is the reason why Tairu is the man that he is today, because she practically built him. And she's actually saying that, you know, men who are built by women are not, they don't recognize the fact that they were built by the women behind them, and that once there is another woman in their life, they forget everything. Proving her point, because how Dalanda is being treated by her own husband, and now that he's seen Jalika, it feels like she is just discarded like that. And the other girl is actually telling Dalanda that, you know what, make sure that whatever the problem is, that you fix it today, and if not, I'll fix it for you, because it's not the first time that I'll be fixing something for you, or I have fixed stuff for you in the past. And when she said that, I was like, this is the Senegalese Olivia Pope. Fix it. The last scene is Dalanda, and she's actually listening to the voice messages that Jalika sent Tairu, because he's in the shower, and she is finding out whatever has been said between them. Also, she is just having a confirmation of what Biram was telling her. And next thing you know, there's a family meeting, reunion at 2 a.m. Ben comes out of the bed. Of course, she's complaining, and Dalanda does not let any of these people talk. And it's such an important moment, because even though she's just mad because she had the confirmation, the problem that she is, you know, getting at are the things that she actually just accepted or did not want to fight, but now she has a reason to fight them, and so she does. So she actually makes Tairu say that the house that they live in is not bought by him, it is bought by her. She bought the house, she owns the house, And she's also telling Ben that, you know what, everything you've been saying to me, to the girls, disrespecting me, it ends now, because I need you to know that the house is mine, and that, you know, it's my house. So it's not your brother's house, so you cannot do anything you want in this house, including disrespecting me, just because, you know, it's my house. And she's so speechless. Ben is so speechless. Then Dalanda continues to say that your brother chose, he's actually really rich, but he chose to support your family instead of taking care of his wife and children, meaning that he has not been financially contributing to anything. So of course Ben is like, what the hell is she talking about? And he is not saying anything. And then Dalanda actually tells Ben and Tairu that, you know what, now that you try to get together with your girlfriend or peace on the side, you want a divorce, that's fine, but you and Ben can take your stuff and go, because I'm sure that now that you're going to get your own house, Ben will gladly follow you, and you can live with your side piece, and you can have all the boys' sons that you've wanted, because of course she has been criticized because she did not have any boys by men, by the way. And that's what she was trying to say there. Then she left, she came back, and she was like, you know what, you are a doctor, tell your sister that it's the men that give the sex of the baby, because apparently Ben didn't know. And that was so awkward, because you just had to see Ben's face. I will put it here, because she was flabbergasted, and I loved every single moment of it. So that was such an important scene, because a lot of times when women in Senegal, Africa, get criticized when they do not give any babies, and a lot of times also when they don't get sons, and people always say that it's the woman's fault because, you know, something must be wrong with her. But in fact, men are the people that actually give the sex of the baby. So it's just like ignorance. And I think that Dalanda, she did a really great job of telling it how it is, especially referring to the fact that Tahu is a doctor, he should know this, and he should have corrected her at all the times when they were saying that to her. And actually, I have a confession, because I can watch episode 14 right away, because I have been slacking, and I'm so sorry. So that was episode 13 of Maîtresse and I, marié. And oh my god, so much has happened, and I really want to know whether Tairu and Dalanda are actually going to get a divorce, and whether he is going to get with Jalika right away, and whether Jalika will ever find out that Tairu was actually married, and what will she do when she finds out that Biram knew all this time that he was married. I mean, also, I want to know what Amsa's uncle is going to do with Merjang. So what I'm going to do is watch episode 14, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section below. You can also send me an email at info@senegalesetwisted.com. Go to senegalesetwisted.com for my latest blog posts, even though I have not written any yet, because I am actually excited for something new that I want to introduce on my website, and I will tell you guys some more about it. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in episode 14.